Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 289 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025, and we met our sales goal today. Awesome. All right. Coming off of a rough week, so we keep things moving this week. So, all right, I need to talk a little bit, need to get a little real about this. So I have been on the last couple of videos. I talked a little bit about like just not caring and kind of being in a little bit. I don't want to call it a funk because I'm completely happy and content. Like it's not really a funk. It's just the not care. Like for some reason, I don't know. I just got to the point where I couldn't make myself care about what was going on or with the business, and I was getting distracted by other things. I think a lot of it was coming off a vacation. And Molly called me last night after our reseller reset, or she had texted me and she's like, "Are you okay? You do not seem okay. Like, what is up? You're starting to freak me out." And it really got me to thinking, like, what is like, all right, this is affecting other people. Like, what is the problem? And she asked me if I, still wanted to resell, if I still wanted to, do those things. And I lost my love of it. And I said, well, I kind of took me off guard because I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but her text kind of made me think it was a big deal. All right, I need to pay attention to what's going on right now in my head. So yeah, so my answer, I had to think about it. And I was like, well, I love everything we do with Consignment Chats. I love doing, reseller reflections. I love doing the coaching. I enjoy our Patreon. But, I kind of think I lost my mojo for listing and doing the business. And I just don't know. But I do know. I do need to do it to pay the bills, right? Consignment Chats is not going to pay my bills. Um, it's what I'm doing. Can I pivot? Yeah, I can pivot, but I think I was jumping ahead of myself there. I think I was just a little burned out, coming off of vacation, just a little all over the place. And so I decided, all right, well, what would I tell somebody else if they came to me with this? And oh, lo and behold, I had recorded videos on before you get derailed and when you get derailed. And these are reseller reflections. I will link them up in the comments here. But I went ahead and took my own advice. And one of the pieces of advice I had was to show up and show up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. So I'm showing up. The other thing that I had said, and I did this before you get derailed, make sure you have some videos, some podcasts, if a friend on speed, make sure you have these things lined up before you get derailed. I know we all think we're not going to get derailed. Everything's going to be hunky dory when we're setting our goals, but you know what? It's going to happen. So I had saved some videos and like YouTube videos, motivational YouTube videos that I really probably didn't need at the moment, but I thought maybe someday. So I made myself. Did I want to listen to them? No. Guess what? I really, really didn't want to listen to them. I mean, not even a little bit. Why wouldn't I want to listen to a motivational video? I don't know, but I just didn't want to get out of the place I was. Now, this is all going on in a very short period of time. Like this is from last night to like 5:30 this morning when I started listening. I was like, all right, Libby, you know what? You're going to listen to these videos. This is the advice that you gave your listeners on Reseller Reflections. Let's just do it. So I pulled up those bookmarked videos and I just made myself listen to them all morning and listen to a couple new ones. And before I knew it, guess what? It freaking worked. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm glad my advice worked. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it sooner, but those videos were bookmarked and I'm very thankful they were. And I'm very thankful that I made myself listen to them. And again, I really did not want to do it. I had to force myself to do it. So anyway, I just listened and listened and listened until something hit me and I really felt motivated. And that was great. And one of the things, it was actually something I'd never listened to before. This one wasn't one I had bookmarked. It was Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. and it was like a compilation of some of his speeches. It was one of those like YouTube compilation videos. And he said something really that kind of needed to be hammered home. And we did this at Motivation in Minutes, is like, what percent are you giving? Like when you're doing these day in, day out tasks, what percentage you're actually putting forth? Is it 40%, 50%, 80%? Why aren't you giving 100%? And I was like, boom. All right, there it is. Everything I did last week, I did not give 100% to. I did like 40%. And I thought, all right, like as we go through our day today, if we just think about like what percentage are we actually giving to the task at hand? Because when we're doing the same things, like when I'm doing the same thing, like listing or the accounting or the shipping, like all of the things I do just on repeat, you just kind of get in a rut. And you find, I find myself not giving 100%. Like even with the shipping, I mean, that sounds, can you give 40% to the shipping? Yeah, I can. I did it. It got done. Did it get done the best or the most efficiently it could? No, because my head was elsewhere. So as just, and I would challenge you to do the same as you go through your day. What are how much are you actually giving when you're setting yourself up to do a task? Today, I really tried to do 100% on everything I did, and we recorded an episode. I did a tutorial. I'm here, Reseller Reflections. I listed, I really tried to give 100% to everything I did. And you know what? I feel much, much better than kind of just doing it halfway, or I was not even doing it halfway. Yeah. So see if that works for you. I mean, maybe something different, motivate when you're in that funk and you're listening to maybe something else will strike you, but that's what really struck me today. And the other thing, and I did talk about this in Motivation Minutes, that I keep thinking about, it was a Terry Crews interview I heard, and he told a story about when he was like had just moved to California, and he was a janitor, and he was just sweeping floors, and I shouldn't say he was sweeping floors, and that's what he did, even though that wasn't like his passion. And he thought to himself, what if somebody gave me $1 million to do this job? And he said he still uses this trick. What if somebody gave me $1 million to do this? Would I do it differently? And he had the point that we should be doing everything like we were going to be paid $1 million for it. I mean, it sounds kind of silly. Like the response this morning was, well, nobody's going to pay me $1 million. No, nobody's, but you're going to feel like $1 million when you put in the effort and you do the best job you can. So maybe that is $1 million of something. I don't know. And I use the trick actually this morning. Like I think about it when I'm really just slogging through something, like, oh, my legs were killing me this morning. They just weren't cooperating in spin class. It was just a rough one for whatever reason. I don't even know why, but it was just a rough one this morning. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it through this. And then I thought, why don't I do it like somebody was waiting with $1 million when I finish this? Could I do it? Would I do it differently? The answer was absolutely yes. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too deep. I'm back to my intense self. I'm sorry to say, giving 100% for me means probably a little more intensity. It's just the way I run, I guess. All right. So I am reset to 0, 100%, as are Jill of Rusted Truck Relics, Jason the Santee Swapper, Judith R, Pam of Whimsy and Such, Becky of Becky Consigns, Lee of Lee Phillips 4191, and Vanessa the Diabetic Reseller. All right, guys, when you do it 100%. Do it like somebody is going to pay you $1 million after you reset to 0. Have a great night. Night, night. Oh, and I'll see you on day 290.